Welcome back to Go Again Gaming and welcome back to round 4 of the league. That means absolutely nothing 3. A league where we are just playing all for nothing, except for the love of a really great game, Flesh and Blood. I am your host, your voice of the league, Ian Holland, and today in the 3-0 bracket we have Dylan Samuels, aka TCG Talk, piloting one of his favorite heroes, Arakni Huntsman. I know we got a lot of Arachnes recently in the Hunted, but this is the OG Arakni. Barely playable for so long, but Dylan been doing his best and really making it work. Has to have been working. He's 3-0 right now, taking on Nico Bonet on Dash, i.e. Inventor Extraordinaire, the OG Dash. And I'm almost certain this is going to be either a fast one if Nico is boosting, because that is what Huntsman likes to see, but I'm pretty sure Nico's on the Slab Dash, Tree Frog Dash, whatever version of Dash you want to call it. And this could be a grinder. So only one way to find out is the Metric's favorite daughter going to come out on top? Or is the Vicious Huntsman going to be able to sneak up and sink their spider's bite into the Inventor Extraordinaire? Let's just throw it over to the gameplay and see what happens.
The League That Means Nothing Season 3 is brought to you in part by Enter the Battlefield Gaming out of Ontario, Canada. They do all of our favourite games, including this one, Flesh and Blood. They do sealed, singles, and events, but they also do things like Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Lorcana, One Piece, Sorcery, Warhammer, tabletop games, and all sorts of different supplies for your table. Make sure you go and check them out if you're local to Canada, or check out their website at enterthebattlefield.ca. Let's get on with the tournament.
So it looks like we have Nico going first here. And yes, it is indeed the Final Spring Tunic, Balance of Justice, Induction Chamber. This is a setup for the long game. Nico's goal here is to set up Inevitability as best as they can, and that is a great way to start with a Spark of Genius for 2. Grab either the first Plasma Purifier or another chamber, but it looks like it's going to be a purifier and it's just going to be an arsenal pass. So really just about as good as you can hope to start in this deck. Watching that remembrance go to the bottom, knowing it's going to be a hell of a long game, and it is in fact for once on the grinder, the Arakni Huntsman to shorten this game out as much as possible. So starting with an E-Strike for 5, go again. Which is met by a Fate Foreseen from Arsenal. Opting 1, leaving it on top. So 1 damage leaking over on turn 1. I don't think the contracts are going to be a big deal here for Arakni because our win condition is not going to be able to be deck damage and pitching a surgical extraction to just send a command and conquer for 6. No more defense reactions able to come in here from Nico, but probably the way the deck is constructed, you're not going to take the 6 points of damage here. You're going to block with a couple of cards. In fact, you're going to Oasis Respite and just set it back to 40, but then take 2. So 2 points of damage dealt overall here. 1 card left. Tunic ticks up. That card is going to load the pistol, load the chamber, shoot the pistol for 2, and keep our resource floating. So I imagine we're going to say, give this pistol go again, load the pistol. Dylan blocking here because the one flaw in Arakni is the ability to go wide. Doesn't really exist. So we're going to give the pistol go again and fire it again. And we're going to block with Black Tech Whispers and the Mask of Perdition. Tunic ticks up. 4 cards drawn. And in comes Graven Call to start. Piercing 1, destroy 2 silver. If it's in your graveyard, you can equip it from the graveyard and give it a +1 counter. So 1 damage dealt here by Graven Call into Spider's Bite for 1. Now, this one probably much more relevant into Dash IE, whose main source of block is going to be a lot of 3 block attack actions. So taking the 1 and then finally coming in here with this weakest link for 6. And Spider's Bite on hit is very relevant. So that Command and Conquer is blocking 2 and met with the second Fate Foreseen. Opt to the bottom. Tunic ticking up. And here we go. Pitch blue. Load pistol, load chamber. Fire pistol. Pistol for 2. Dylan taking his first points of damage this game. Either this hand is very good at converting or he has some other plans for it. So we're going to close the chain, load the pistol, load the plasma purifier and shoot the pistol, keeping a card left over for Arsenal. So, and then that is being met by a Fate Foreseen, which is opting 1, snap, leave it on top. So very interesting here. And leading again with that Spider's Bite for 1, pitching a Surgical Extraction. Blocking the Spider's Bite, very interesting, with this Erase Face, and using our 2 resources now to send in Already Dead. So Dylan gets to see the top card of Nico's deck. It is an Oasis. I wonder if that's going to stay there or if he's going to choose to sink it. He is, in fact, leaving it on top. And this Already Dead, whenever your contract is banished, opponent's non-attack action cards, whenever you complete this contract, create a silver. When it hits a hero, you banish the top card of their deck and a defending card. So we're asking quite a lot of Dash here to block this. So we're going to block with an E-Strike. And we're going to shred that E-Strike so it does not defend at all. So we're now still coming in for 6. And here is the namesake card of Tree Frog Dash, Springboard Somersault. Played from Arsenal, gets +2. So 2 damage is dealt. We get to oh, nice. We get the Oasis, and we're just going to banish the Somersault as well. And that means I don't believe we get a silver. Or non-action cards, of course. Get 2 silver, even better. And here comes pistol for 3. So this is the first time pistol being fired for 3 here, pitching one of our Evos. And that is blocked for 3 by an Eradicate by the looks of things. So we're going to give it go again and send it in for 3, which is met with a Leave No Witnesses. Card moves to Arsenal. Leave No Witnesses. Some of the best Arsenal disruption in the game, but even better when it comes in off of something like a Codex of Frailty, especially in this situation. Dylan, the absolute man, bringing his Regicide. So Heart of Findle on top. Surprised you don't leave that one there, but it is good to get rid of it. Now we're coming in with an Already Dead again. So blocking an Amnesia here. And a Sink Below. Choosing to sink a card. Dylan probably very glad there's no Heart of Findle being shown there. And Nico just choosing to throw the weakest link using Tunic and another red. Not an ideal hand for Nico. Pretty good for Dylan, though. because not really a card that has a lot of text into Arachne Huntsman. And here we go, sink below, fate foreseen. So I imagine we sank into a fate foreseen instead of the other way around. Dylan ticking up the tunic and firing off Spider's Bite again. There's only so many times that Nico is going to have defense reactions. And this just slowly hampering the venom from the Spider's Bite, slowly whittling away. And here comes Eradicate, revealing an induction chamber on top. That gets bottomed. And this is coming in for 4. On hit, banish the top X cards, where X is the damage dealt. So on hit, obviously 4 would get banished. We are going to sink that. So another sink below out of the deck here from Nico. And we know 1 has gone to the bottom, so that means there's no more sink belows for quite some time. Pitching an Evo here to load everything. Going to activate the Purifier and send in the pistol for 3. And reactions give it go again, responding with a that all you got. Unfortunately, does not draw a card anymore, but we're going to load pistol, load chamber, and fire pistol by pitching our own that all you got. Dylan choosing to take the 3 on the second one and gain 3, and Nico gaining 3 life from Sigil of Solace. Can't quite make that out. It is a weakest link on top. We're coming in with a Plunder the Poor, so that weakest link can go to the bottom for now. So this is 4 contracted banished cards with cost 1 or less. On hit, banish the top card of the hero's deck. So we're going to block with a Come to Fight, letting 1 damage leak over. Nope, Dylan has the Shred again. So nothing is being blocked right now. And here's the Fate Foreseen. Surely we've nearly run this dash out of reactions at this point. Dylan just moving to Arsenal. Yeah. Yes. So we know that the last sink below is at the bottom of the deck. And we have probably got 4 total reactions in the first cycle left of the deck. So load pistol, load purifier, fire pistol for 3. Giving it go again and being met with that all you got, the original appearance of Victor Goldmane. Load pistol, load chamber, command and conquer. Looks like Dylan taking 6, losing whatever the arsenal was. Not too broke up about it though. No, we're just going to come back with a Plunder the Poor. Trigger Huntsman, revealing a Sift. Sift getting left on top. Coming in for 4 here. 2 cards in hand. Could be anything. Any number of reactions sitting in hand here. And we have, in fact, got a coercive tendency. So look at the top 3 cards, banish, put them back, and then banish 1. If you complete a contract, your assassin cards gain go again this combat chain. So we are going to complete this Plunder the Poor, I imagine. Unless Nico has some extra reactions hanging around. So reveal the top 3 for Dylan. Yep. Always a pain in the ass to organize on Talishar, or not on Talishar, online in this fashion. I imagine Dylan is going to leave either the Sift or the Whisper on top to make sure to complete the contract and put those boots in there somewhere to try and banish them as best as possible. So boots, Sift, Whisper, banish the Whisper, create a silver, and this Plunder the Poor now has Go Again coming in for 4. We've obviously passed reactions here, so we're going to also banish that Sift, and we're going to use our Mask of Perdition to banish an extra card. So we're going to take out that set of boots as well. What a string of really powerful banishes from Arakni here. Looks like there's some discussion about the resolution of these reactions. 4 damage was not taken here by Plunder the Poor. Come on, we gotta get it done. Can't be missing damage like that now, guys. So let's see if that even plays into it. But we get another silver for Arachne, and then with 1 resource, we're going to come in with Eradicate again, triggering Arachne. I think I'd leave that on top too. No, bottom. That banish pile is starting to grow though. So this is coming in here for 4. On hit, banish equal to the damage dealt. And obviously has Go Again. Not that I believe it is relevant, but still. Perhaps this milling out strategy might be Dylan's win condition. And we get to banish an Enlightened Strike, a Pummel, and 2 blues. Pretty good. Pretty good here. Going up another silver for Arachne, ready to buy their outfit for their next assassination attempt, should they make it that far. Pitching a Whisper of the Oracle to load the Purifier, firing a 3 from the pistol, thanks to the Purifier. Couple of cards in hand here. So that is meant by a Persuasive Prognosis. We give it Go Again. And what are we going to do with our remaining cards and resources? We're going to play another Plasma Purifier and then gain 3 life. So we've bought our mask back. We're sending in Spider's Bite here. And finishing with a Codex of Frailty, getting back a Leave No Witnesses, and obviously very much hampering Dash's plans into overall with the Frailty affecting the pistol so greatly. Leave no witnesses coming in for 4. We get to look at the top card. Oasis Respite. Sink it. So we're going to start thinking about how we're going to block this one. So we're going to be met with 4 block, cashing in some of our armor and a come to fight. Now, just going to load pistol, load chamber, load purifier, play remembrance, pitch remembrance, play induction chamber. So we're all set up. So let's see what Dylan can do here with what can the Huntsman do with the full 5 cards. Start by taking up Tunic. Always a good start. And we're going to lead off with this Enlighten Strike. So that's going to come in for 5 go again. Nico elects to take 5. And then the last copy of Already Dead. What is that? We see a last ditch effort. Sends it to the bottom. Coming in here for 6, as Nico has most of the setup. The Exodia of Slapdash is assembled pretty much on board now. But that is met by 6 block. And does Dylan have any reactions? He does indeed. He wants to flick Graven Call, deal a damage, pay 2, re-equip Graven's Call as an instant, comes back with a counter on it, and then we're going to use a blue shred to shred one of these non-attack actions. So 2 damage gets taken. We banish a Warmonger from the top. So we have 3 cards gone, banishing one of the defending cards as well. And we're slowly chipping away at both the life and deck total of Slapdash. Pitching a pummel, activating both of the purifiers and sending in Pistol. Pistol coming in here for 4 now. Dylan blocking with a cut to the chase and the Mask of Perdition. We're going to give that pistol go again. Use Tunic to load the pistol and fire the pistol for 4. And that is met by Command and Conquer and 1 block. 1 damage leaks through the block. Four drawn. Card in Arsenal. Let's see what we have here for Dylan. And it looks like we're going to lead with a Spider's Bite, pitching Coercive Tendency. That 1 damage gets dealt. And Bonds of Agony. Now this is a dangerous one. It's very easy to activate multiple defense attack reactions for Dylan here. And the on hit, so powerful for Nico. So 4 just has to be covered up straight up, or really run the risk of getting blown out here. So we're going to throw our Graven Skull. There we go. Yeah, there's the other springboard somersault. So having cashed in the full set of equipment there, but Nico successfully baited out all those reactions. Warmonger's pitched, load, 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 pew, pew, pew. Pitch, load, load. So pistol for 4 go with the ability to give it go again, give it go again. Dylan sink below. So we're going to load the induction chamber, load the pistol, fire the pistol for 4, met by a Bonds of Agony, 1 damage taken, and go again given. Following up with Enlightened Strike for 7, probably. Yeah, 7. 7 just taken here. Dylan just doing a quick check through the graveyard just to know what's available to him. Now let's see what happens here. Loading, loading, loading. Firing, firing. Did Dylan just pass turn? I'm not sure what happened there. Okay. Yep. Block. Cut to the chase. Take 1. Load the pistol. Load the chamber. Give it go again. Take 4. Go to 15. Load the pistol. Play the last purifier. Oh my days! This is not the spot you want to be in. Tunic ticks up. And in comes Spider's Bite. So that is met with that all you got. Following up with Bonds of Agony, 2 cards in hand. So that is being met by 9 block here. Okie dokie. It's a hell of a block. And Dylan has a spreading plague to just drop 3 blood rot boxes down. That's pretty good. Nico drawing a card here. Just domed for 6. Blood rot pox, man. Getting got by spreading plague like that. The fear that Bonds of Agony puts in a man. There's nothing you can do about it. No fab player is immune to that fear. And here comes Command and Conquer met by 6 block. Uh-huh. Now managing to hold on to a couple of cards here. Dylan just drawing up. Both players kind of taking an IP, but it doesn't really matter for Nico because Nico gets to deal damage regardless of what happens. So we're going to go pistol for 4 twice this turn. Met by a sink below on the first one, sinking a card. Nico checking graveyard. And checking banish. And then loading the pistol, firing it again. So I know I've been saying it a lot. That's all I've been saying most game. Load pistol, load chamber, fire pistol, blah, 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 blah. But that is really what this deck is all about. And we're blocking with one of the contracts. I believe it's Slay the Scholars taking a point. Going to 14. Obviously, the inevitability is on Dash IE's side, but that does not mean that they are out of the woods yet. Dylan has really managed to make a game for this with Arakni. And we're going to pitch a pick to pieces and come in with a Spider's Bite. Spider's Bite met with the That All You Got into this Desires of the Flesh. It wasn't a pick to pieces, it was a Desires of the Flesh. When it hits, banish the top card of a deck. If it banishes an attack action, gain a life. Only one. What's the worst that could happen? It is met by the Steel Soul Legs, and then it gets just a nicked up to 6. So if we banish 2 attack actions, that could be 2 whole life for Dylan. So 3 damage gets dealt to Nico, and the top 2 cards, that is an attack action. A life gets gained. The next card, that is not an attack action, but it is the last sink below in the deck, I believe. And Nico draws for That All You Got. Pitching, load pistol, load purifier, load purifier. Pitch Heart of Findle, don't gain a life. Load Induction Chamber. We're going to go pistol. Pistol for 5. Still keeping cards in hand as well. Block 3, give it go again. 2 dealt. Load the pistol. Fire. Load the chamber. Fire the pistol. 1 card left. And block and take 2. And giving it go again. And then using our tunic to fire the pistol for 5. Taking 5. Nico moving to Arsenal. Dylan pitching, simply sending in an erase face. This will prompt a block with 2 cards from this dash because it is a card that just shuts off the whole engine. Yeah, so that's full blocked. And now we are just going to go full in for dash, loading everything, sending in pistol for 4. with one resource floating and one go again locked in. And going to 2 here off this pistol shot. Like, I think the writing is kind of on the wall here. But we are going to plunder the poor, trigger Arachne. Let's see what we find here on top now. It is that Oasis Respite that was bottomed much earlier in the game. We have an Arsenal. So I feel like there may be a single defense reaction left in the whole deck. And just, I don't believe there's much that Dylan can do from this position at 2 to really threaten Dash's life total. So Nico trying to decide on blocks here. Two cards sitting in Dylan's hand. Who knows what they could be? Right? Well, the first one is Coercive Tendency. It's pretty good. So we are guaranteed go again here. Remembrance. Oh, all good hits here. Excellent. 3 excellent hits here. I imagine we're going to try and get rid of the Oasis and the Remembrance for sure. So now Coercive banishing the Remembrance, and then another silver gets generated. And now we have 4 damage with go again. On hit, we'll banish the top card, hit 4, banish Oasis Respite, gaining another silver. And then we are going to send in this Leave No Witnesses for 4. Threatening to banish the top card of the deck. Oh, we've put it to the bottom with Huntsman because we know what it is. And that will be met by 4 block. Dylan with 3 silver at the end of this turn. And all 3 chambers or purifiers are active. Load the pistol, load the chambers, fire the pistol. Still 1 card in hand. Fate foreseen, so we're taking a point of damage here either way. We're going to load the pistol. We're going to load up the rest of our gear. Yeah. So we're going to send 10 more damage this turn, and that probably is just going to have to be the end of it. Dylan blocking 6 on this one and finishing with Command and Conquer. So that is indeed the end of the game. It ain't pretty, and no one's here for a good time. Everyone was here for a long time. But Nico walks away with the 4-0. Dylan finally dropping a game in the league that means absolutely nothing. Congratulations, Nico, on an extremely well played, super tightly played game. And, always that turn 1 look of finding your spark of genius in your opening hand never hurts. And Dylan, commiserations. You really tried to make a game of it at the end. And thankfully, that 4 life that was missed didn't really come into play. But for now, I hope you liked the video. Comment down below. I know Slapdash is a little bit of a polarizing figure. And Huntsman, they have their own special fans. So please Make sure you like the video, comment down below. Tell me whether you're a Huntsman fan, a slapdash enjoyer, or a hater of Block 12 Turbo. And after you've finished commenting, make sure you subscribe to Go Again Gaming so that you get access to all of these straight into your YouTube inbox right from the get-go, because as uploads at a furious pace. But I've been your voice of the league, Ian Holland. You can find me on social media at finals_spirit on Twitter or finalspirit.bsky.social on Blue Sky. And for now, I will just leave you with another 4-0 moving on, probably to the top 8 now of the league. That means absolutely nothing, with Dylan still in with a chance of making it there too. And I'll see you in the next one.